Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. Today we are talking about something that has a lot of developers very frustrated.
Yeah, and honestly, as someone who thinks about inference costs constantly, this one is kind of fascinating from an engineering perspective.
So Anthropic released Opus 4.6 a couple weeks ago, and almost immediately, people paying $100 to $200 a month started hitting their usage limits way faster than before.
Way faster. We are talking 3x to 9x faster token consumption for the same kind of work.
Okay, walk me through that. How does one developer go from comfortably using their plan all day to burning through it in 15 minutes?
So there are three things stacking on top of each other. The biggest one is adaptive thinking. Opus 4.6 replaced the old binary extended thinking toggle with this always on system,
Always on by default?
always on at high effort by default. And here is the thing, those thinking tokens, they count as output tokens. Output tokens are 5 times more expensive than input tokens.
So the model is basically having an internal conversation with itself on every prompt, and you are paying for every word of that conversation.
Exactly. And benchmark data shows Opus 4.6 at high effort generates about 2.8x more tokens than the average model. At max effort, it is 4.8x.
That is a massive multiplier. And developers did not opt into this, right? It just auto upgraded.
Right, Claude Code auto upgraded to Opus 4.6. Some people did not even know it happened until they suddenly hit their limits mid-session.
Okay, so that is reason one. What else is driving the consumption up?
The second factor is the 1 million token context window. It is 5 times the previous 200K limit, and once you cross 200K input tokens, you hit premium pricing.
Which means the longer your coding session goes, the more expensive each interaction becomes.
Exactly, it accelerates. And the third thing, this one is kind of wild, is that Claude Code v2.1.0 changed how background agents work.
Background agents?
Yeah, every time you open Claude Code, it auto spawns 3 background agents. They used to run on Haiku, the cheap model. Since v2.1.0, 2 of those 3 switched to Opus.
So just opening the tool starts burning through your most expensive tokens, even if you have not typed anything.
Even if you have not typed anything. A community investigation on GitHub found 4x faster token consumption just from this change alone.
Okay, I have to say, I understand why people are furious. One developer reported a single request, just diffing 30 or 40 files for a commit message, ate 48% of a 5-hour session window.
And what used to cost maybe 15%. That is over 3x for one operation.
So what is Anthropic saying about all this?
Their position has been consistent across 3 waves of complaints now. They say the limits have not changed.
Which is technically true, but also kind of misses the point, right?
Right, the limits did not change, but the model uses dramatically more tokens by design. So the same dollar amount buys you a fraction of the productive time.
It is like your phone company saying data caps have not changed, but they pushed a software update that streams everything in 8K.
That is actually a perfect analogy. And the $50 free credit they offered, developers are calling it a band-aid on a structural problem.
This is the third time this has happened, right? There was the silent tightening in July and the holiday promotion fiasco in January.
Yeah, this is a pattern now. July 2025, they quietly reduced limits without telling anyone. January 2026, they doubled limits over the holidays and then reset them. Both times, major backlash.
And this time feels different because it is not a temporary change. It is baked into the model architecture.
That is the key insight. Every future model that thinks more deeply or processes longer contexts will have this same problem under flat rate pricing.
I noticed some developers are sharing workarounds, pinning to the older Opus 4.5, turning down thinking effort, clearing context between tasks.
Those help, but they are all basically saying use the new model less capably to afford it, which defeats the purpose of upgrading.
Some people are looking at switching to ChatGPT or open source alternatives entirely.
VentureBeat ran a pretty pointed headline comparing Claude Code at $200 a month to Goose, which does similar things for free. That had to sting.
So what is the bigger takeaway here? Is the flat rate AI subscription model just broken?
I think we are seeing the fundamental tension play out in real time. Fixed pricing assumes predictable cost per user, but inference costs scale with model capability.
So every time they release a better model, the subscription becomes a worse deal.
Unless they adjust quotas to match, which they have not done, and the users who pay the most are the power users who hit limits first.
It is the classic all-you-can-eat buffet problem. The people most attracted to unlimited plans are the ones who eat the most.
Exactly. And I think we are going to see every AI company wrestle with this, not just Anthropic. The era of comfortable flat rate AI coding is probably over.
Well, that is a sobering note to end on. If you're dealing with this, check out the workarounds in our article on awesomeagents.ai. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.